You ready for the last topic?
Am I?
I don't know. Are you?
Braced.
All right. So before I get into the last topic, this is your last fucking chance, people. If you're watching this video version of this episode, the day it comes out, which is Thursday, we're at fucking prime time here, guys. This weekend is Kind of Funny Live 2. We're here in San Francisco. We live in San Francisco. So if you're here in San Francisco, if you live here, or if you happen to be here and you don't have your tickets for Kind of Funny Live 2 and you want to hang out with us and other cool fucking people, go to kindoffunny.com/tickets, get tickets, get VIP stuff, or get regular stuff. I don't know if we have, or if they have as many VIP stuff. I think general admission is pretty okay though. I think you're in a good spot for general admission. Kind of Funny did not pay us to do this. I just want people to know, who might not know yet, that if you're cool and you love video games and you love nerdy things and you want to meet a bunch of really cool people, you should go to Kind of Funny Live 2 or go to the community events that we're all setting up. Tomorrow we're going to go to X-Men at Kabuki, the 10 o'clock showing. For 21 plus and all ages.
Why do we need to get Doom? We have this already.
And also another sort of shout out thing. We're playing Doom this week for Let's Plays, so if you want to check that out, that's pretty cool.
The two guys who don't really like Doom as much as Ricky.
It's his fucking fault. He wasn't here this week. So hang out with us, okay? We want to meet you. We want to rub your fucking face and lather it in butter, okay? All right, now on to the last topic. I think it's a good time of the year to start doing our Game of the Year predictions. So the Game of the Year watch. Now I'm going to start listing, and we're like every game that I list, we're just going to say whether or not we think they could be.
We both have our lists.
No, I'm sorry. I just have like bunch of games that like might be contenders, not like what my like personal like list so far is, but like games that enough people have talked about where they could possibly be Game of the Year. So I want to just like, I have a list of games that have already come out and a list of games that will be coming out, and we're going to talk about whether or not they will be considered for the most part for Game of the Year for like the general, not just for us, but for like general like IGN and GameSpot and you know.
First up, Lego Marvel Avengers.
No.
Platinum.
First up, and I wanted to bring this in because I don't know if you know more about this than I do, because I don't really know, but I know a lot of people talk about it. Do you think XCOM 2 could be a Game of the Year contender?
See, that's mostly a PC game, right? Did it come out for...
It's only PC right now, I believe.
See, the thing is, like, PC games are never as big with the general public as console games because,
and
like,
people saying console gaming is dead. Go fuck yourself.
It's because, like, when you get like a PS4 or an Xbox One, it's like one solid model.
Yep.
That you have, and you can just be like, okay.
There's always updates with the PC that you have. There's always new pieces that you have to fucking get.
Yeah, like. People spend like thousands of dollars like making like, their perfect gaming PC of like, I got this kind of engine, I got this kind of hard drive. Like I
just love that. My favorite story is our good friend of the show, Roger Krupetsky.
We need to have him on the show eventually.
We do need to really have him on the show. Roger, if you're ever happen to be watching this, we miss you and we want to hang out with you because you're really fucking fun. I miss your fucking smile and your laugh.
And your beard.
I just love the story. I remember this in high school where he took forever building like his gaming PC. And the first time he like tried to like use it, it's like caught on fire.
Yes.
I don't know if it actually caught on fire, but there was like a lot. But I believe it caught on fire at one point, or something happened like with the fan or something, and then it overheated and something busted. And I just remember like hearing that. I was like, oh my god.
I want to get into PC gaming, but here's the problem. I have a Mac.
Yeah.
And I don't have a good Mac.
Yeah.
So I have Steam on my computer and a bunch of games, but pretty much the only game it can run without crashing is Undertale.
Yeah. And that's like, I don't have, like, I have a Mac and a Windows computer, but I feel like even my Windows computer, because it's still like a laptop, I feel like I might be able to play maybe like Super Meat Boy, maybe Portal on it. But after that, I don't really think... I don't really think I could play much on it. So yeah, XCOM 2,
Like maybe with like the really dedicated groups, like PC gamers, games of the year.
Yeah, for like the niche sort of like places, definitely. But like I'm saying, for general sort of agreed upon.
Like if it comes to something like the Spike TV Game Awards, no.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So XCOM 2.
I'm gonna use that as one of my barometers.
Okay.
Will it be considered by Game of the Year as some people? Will it be considered worthy by Spike?
All right.
And that will just be Grand Theft Auto. Yes.
Firewatch.
I don't think so. I think it's been too much of a niche product for a lot of people.
Yeah, I like, because here's the thing. I think Firewatch will be brought up for like best indie game of the year, like as a nominee. I don't think it's
like
gonna win
Oni,
anything.
like Oni or Undertale last year.
Exactly, but I don't think. But again, Firewatch is not at the quality of Undertale, or from when I hear Oni. I haven't played Oni, but I hear
Ori.
Ori. There you go.
Oni's something else.
Ori and the Blind Forest. I hear that game is fucking fantastic, but neither of us own Xbox One, so. Firewatch, I don't.
One because of Rare Replay.
Firewatch, I don't think is nearly on the level of Undertale, but I do think it might like be nominated for maybe like
nominated for Games
game,
for Change,
or maybe like adventure game or whatever. But
I don't think adventure game.
Yeah, I don't think for like when you get to like the main like award part where it's like Game of the Year, I don't think it's going to be on that list. Yeah. All right, here's an interesting one: Far Cry Primal.
I could see that being nominated for first-person shooter, but not winning.
Okay.
Like, best first-person shooter, because Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4 are, like, so loved that, like, Far Cry Primal's a disappointment to a lot of people.
Yeah, and not to say that a lot of people who, like, reviewed it, or at least the reviewers are saying it's not a bad game, it's just more of the same.
It was, like, 7 or 8s.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Meanwhile, Far Cry 3 and 4 were, like, getting 9s.
Exactly. Far Cry 4 is fucking awesome. I love that game.
I still need to play through it, because I beat Far Cry 3.
Oh, okay. How'd you like it?
I thought it was great, and I actually liked after you beat Vaz, because I thought it helped tell the story of the game as, like, telling how jaded the main character's gotten with killing people, that it's gotten to the point where it's just not fun.
Interesting. Next up, I'm gonna say Far Cry Primal. No, for like the main game of the year, like sort of award nominee list, not like sort of
nominally.
Like, shut up. Not for like specifically like first person shooter. Yes, it'll probably be like nominated, but for the main game of the year nominees, I don't think it has.
Star Fox Zero. Yes.
The Division. I feel like a lot of people burn out on that game like real fast.
Yeah, it's like, think about like the Destiny compared to Division. People are still playing Destiny. I think the average amount of playtime for Destiny is like way too fucking high.
Yeah, it is.
Because like Destiny's one of those games that gets your claws.
I remember. I think this was recently. The average playtime for everybody who at one point played Destiny or still plays Destiny, the average playtime is 100 hours.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah. Like the only game I've ever put that much time into, I can only think of 2 games I've possibly put that much time into. Rock Band series as a whole, and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, because I have 217 hours logged into that. Because guess what? I like Pokemon.
Yeah, you're a dork. So Division, I'm gonna say maybe for the Division, right? Because a lot of people really liked it when it first came out in that like first couple of weeks, and then like a lot of people sort of burnt out on it. So when it comes to like the award season, are people gonna remember it?
I think a lot of it was because of how many people were cheating on it. Because like that's something I heard, like people are hacking the game, making it way too easy for them.
All right, so the next thing I have, and this is sort of, we're just gonna have to base this off of hype and how people are talking about this.
What was the one you just deleted?
Enter the Gungeon. I don't really think that's. I entered. I was
Best
really tired.
Indie game.
I was really tired at like 6 a.m. this morning, and I was entering in, and I was just like, I don't really want to think about this. But now that I'm thinking about this, I'm deleting some things just because I now that I'm looking at this, I'm like, no, there's no way.
That would be nominated for best indie game.
Yeah, best indie game definitely. But the next one we have, Quantum Break. I honestly believe this could be a Game of the Year contender, a nominee.
I could see that if only because like they're gonna be like, oh, we should put a Xbox One game on.
But
here,
not
so we
even
don't
that,
look
because
biased.
also it's like a lot of people from what I hear really like the story, and it had really fun gameplay. It's just because it's on the Xbox One, it was sort of set up to fail.
Yeah, like
So-
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Exactly, and that's really sad. But we're getting Rise of the Tomb later this year. I can't fucking.
We're
speak
gonna get
anymore.
Rise of the Tomb later this year. later.
So I'm gonna say Quantum Break. Yes, I think that will be a general nominee for Game of the
I
Year
could see that.
awards. Dark Souls 3.
I can see it because Bloodborne brought that series
Yeah,
way more attention because Dark Souls 1 and 2 are loved games, but they were still niche products.
very small audiences. Yeah, and then
Like-
Bloodborne really opened up. Like I don't remember anybody like in the general like population ever talking about Bloodborne or Dark Souls. So I guess I shouldn't say Bloodborne, but before Bloodborne came out, not a lot of people were talking about Dark Souls. Now Bloodborne is out, everybody and their fucking uncle knows about Dark Souls. So
And Bloodborne did win at least one Game of the Year award
it did, I believe.
from game trailers.
Yeah, there you go.
Last Game of the Year award they gave before they shut down.
No,
I used to watch them as a kid.
a lot of people did. They really loved. I think they're doing something else now.
Yeah, I think
I
they
forget
got like
what it is.
on like that
Patreon
Patreon
shit. Yeah, they saw us and they're like, God damn, these guys are so successful. We should do what they're doing.
We make $1.
I think Dark Souls 3 definitely yes for Game of the Year contender. The next one here is interesting because I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know who you're going to answer this one as. The fanboy or the actual sort of
Ratchet
person,
and Clank?
Yeah, the person who thinks about video games. Ratchet and Clank, because yes, it is an amazing game, but is it going to be good enough to be able to make Game of the Year contender?
I can see it winning best action adventure. I can't see it being nominated for Game of the Year.
Okay.
At least in terms of like Spike TV, those kinds of things, because like they see it as like
Or Jeff Keighley's video game awards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, oh, this is just kind of a goofy game. It was fun, but it's like it's not like something you get emotional about.
It's not like it doesn't push gameplay, you know.
I always hate that because it's like
It doesn't push the boundaries of gameplay.
I always think a game should be reviewed on how much I enjoy it while playing it, whether that be gameplay or story.
Yeah.
Like,
But that's the thing is like when I was playing it, the story never really stood out to me.
no.
Yeah, it was just sort of like whatever, and it sort of gave a hint of like I was like, oh man, the story's not sticking out to me. So,
Crack in Time still has the best story of them.
but like the story in the video game wasn't sticking out to me. And it's like, oh god, the movie, which only can focus on the story, is like, oh god, it's probably not gonna be that great. But it's really fun to play, definitely. And I think the controls for it are very smooth and intuitive.
Yeah.
Definitely. So,
But it's like, imagine back when did Jak 3 come out? Was that 2005?
around there, I would say, yeah.
Like, imagine that game coming out and everyone was like, maybe this game
no,
feels...
I think it came out in like 2006, maybe 2007, because Uncharted came out.
2007.
No, that came out in 2009.
You sure?
No, you're right. Yeah, Uncharted came out in 2007, and then 2 came out in 2009, and then 3 came out in 11. Right. Okay, so
It's like 5 years since an Uncharted game.
I know. It's fucking crazy. And it shows. Jak 3 actually might be 2004 then.
Huh.
But anyway, yeah, what were you saying? What was your point that you're making?
I was just making a point of like that Jak 3 with its gameplay would never have won like Game of the Year awards because of like other games that are coming out around that time.
Yeah.
And like if it had come out in 2005, it would have come with the comparison of like that was the same year San Andreas came out, I think. And then 2006, that would have been the same year God of War and Shadow of the Colossus came out. And I remember God of War like sweeped Game of the Year awards.
Yeah.
And then in the retroactive reviews, Shadow of the Colossus swept those awards.
Yeah, exactly. Next one, this is going to be a quick one. So Ratchet and Clank, no. Salt and Sanctuary, I think will be indie.
Yeah.
Best indie game? I don't know if it'll be Game of the Year contender, though.
I don't think so either.
The next one...
Games for Change, because of its marketing through GameStop.
we only have 2 more that have been already released. Uncharted 4. Fuck
yes, definitely. That's going to be a winner for a lot of them.
Yeah.
I already feel like it's going to win GameSpot's Game of the Year award because it got a 10.
And we're gonna go through the rest of this list, and it sort of depends on even if some of these games are even going to come out. I am confident in saying Uncharted 4 will sweep most of the board when it comes to Game of the Year winner. And then the next one we have is Doom. I'm gonna say no.
No,
I think like
I can see a nominate for Best Shooter, but
I think the reception right now is very it's good. No one's raving about it, so I really don't think it'll be remembered.
It's like Battlefront last year, but better because people knew what they were getting into with a new Doom game.
So here's an interesting one.
Smash Mouth, All-Star Battles.
Now we get into the sort of the stuff that hasn't come out yet.
So this is all pure speculation.
Yeah, exactly. Overwatch.
Nominated for Best Shooter, not nominated for Best Game.
Okay, all right.
Because I've seen people play it.
I've seen people rave about it.
Like, people love that.
Yeah.
But it's a dedicated shooter audience game. It's
exactly.
like Destiny the Taken King wouldn't win Best Game.
Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
I don't see that being nominated.
Yeah,
because
neither do I.
People were excited for the first Mirror's Edge.
And it was all right. It was more of a tech demo to see what it could do.
Yeah, and it's 4 hours
rather than
long.
a game. I feel like Catalyst will definitely be a full game.
It'll be the Portal 2 to Portal.
Yeah, exactly. And it really depends. But from previews that I've read, I've heard it's not terrible, but it doesn't stand out. So I really... so both of us are going to say no. Mighty Number 9. No.
Mostly because
no one cares about that game anymore.
And also, when I get nominated for Game of the Year, because
2D platformer.
Yeah, not even the cool 8-bit kind.
Yeah, exactly.
Shovel Knight.
Yeah, Shovel Knight. No Man's Sky.
I can see that being nominated. I'm still excited for that game. Make Henry Soros a thing.
I see it being an adventure game nominee. I don't think No Man's Sky is going to be as great as everybody thinks it's going to be.
I don't think so either.
I think the back end stuff is going to be really, really interesting and really well developed. But the actual game that we play, I don't think is going to be interesting enough for people to stay on and to people really rave about it like they expect to. So
I'd see it being relaxing.
Yeah. So that's why I say I think it'll be nominated for
Best Adventure.
Best overall game? Nah. So you say yes, I'm going to say no on that.
So a maybe.
No, I just put yes/no. Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
People love themselves some Deus Ex.
I'm going to say no on this one, though. A lot of people have burnt taste in their mouths because of the way that this game was originally supposed to be released.
Was it the whole
if enough people pre-order the game, then you get the game 5 days early. But if you don't get there, then you get none of it, or some weird shit. But I really think this could be definitely best third-person shooter sort of thing or something, or at least a nominee. But I don't think enough people are gonna play it to really have it be in a Game of the Year nominee situation.
Plus, none of the Deus Ex games are ever going to match up to the first one for a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly.
Funny thing, Deus Ex was one of Ion Storm's first games. You know what their other first game was?
What?
Daikatana.
What the fuck?
Do you know what Daikatana is?
Yeah.
One of the worst first-person shooters of all time.
Jesus Christ.
So they made one of the most acclaimed first-person shooters of all time and one of the most mocked video games in general.
It's rare.
We made Perfect Dark, but we also made Perfect Dark Zero.
Next thing I have, Persona 5.
Yes.
Really?
I definitely see it winning because Persona has gotten
or at least being nominated for a bunch of places, right? Okay.
It's definitely going to win Best RPG.
Okay.
Because, what else does it have to go against? Dark Souls 3 and Final Fantasy 15?
15, man.
People are always going to be disappointed in new Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy 15 is going to be a 50-50. It's either going to fucking deliver or there's not going to be an in-between for 15. It's either going to deliver and people are going to fucking love it, or it's just going to be like no one gives a shit.
Like Final Fantasy 13 too.
Exactly.
I remember I played the demo for it. I did not like the combat.
The Platinum demo?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like for the most part, you're playing as like the kid.
Yeah.
And that was a really bad demo.
Mostly, like, I don't like the whole Final Fantasy moving towards action RPG because, like, you just need an RPG fix sometimes of like, I hit you, you hit me. Think about the battle instead of just moving around.
Yeah, exactly.
So, with Persona 5, Persona's gotten so much more popular because people love Persona 4 Golden.
Yep.
Fuck you.
Get the fuck out of here, Fly.
And I definitely see Persona 5 being like, everyone is like, this game's awesome. Because Persona games, people always like them.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for Persona 3 and 4 to come out for PS2 for PS4 because Atlas is really good with like getting their games out for people to buy. You got it?
I don't know. Oh, I did. Gross. All right. Keep talking.
I'm just waiting for that to happen because the only reason I'm thinking of getting a Vita right now is Persona 4 Golden and Severed.
Yeah, a lot of people are digging it. Both of those games.
And if Persona 4 ever comes out for a PS... Though I do prefer RPGs on a handheld system. Like, I don't know if that's just a thing with me, but I feel like RPGs work better on a handheld.
Yep.
Because when you play it on a console, it's like, okay. Like, it gets, like...
You feel too far away from it.
Yeah.
Almost.
With a handheld, it's like, yes, okay.
You feel a little more engaged. Yeah, I totally understand that.
Plus, 270-hour game, way easier to get through on a handheld system in spurts.
Moving on. So Persona 5, we're going to say yes. Final Fantasy 15.
Maybe.
It's
so far up in the air.
Yep. Yeah, again,
we
like I
kinda
said
just already
earlier,
discussed
like I said earlier, it's just like, it's either going to deliver or people are just like not going to give a shit. There's no in between.
Plus, they're putting most of their manpower behind Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1. Lightning Returns.
Next one up, Mafia 3.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know how big Mafia is with the general public.
And that's the thing, is like they're definitely changing the story up, right? If they had tried to continue the story on from 2, I definitely think this would have been like a very small release. But it's because they're doing like a completely new story. It's sort of like The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, right? Like they can't, like they're advertising it's like The Witcher 3, but then they didn't really emphasize the 3 anymore. And like a shit ton of, not a lot of people played Witcher 1 and 2, but a shit ton of people played Witcher 3.
Which is why they advertise it as The Witcher Wild Hunt.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Mafia 3 could be sort of that situation.
I don't think it's going to be as good as Witcher 3, because that game's a masterpiece.
It is a masterpiece, I will say that. But I think I might have more fun with Mafia 3 than I would with Witcher. Just because I think it would gear more towards like what I like to play in video games. Not to say that The Witcher's bad. Again, Witcher's a masterpiece. But I think if Mafia 3 nails the setting and story, I think it could stand out, especially because it comes out later in the year, in October, I think. I think if the story and setting, if they nail it, I think it could stand out enough to be a nominee. And then we got a couple more. Gears of War 4.
Maybe.
Okay.
Definitely contender for best shooter.
Okay. Yeah, that's one of those ones that's like, do you really see that being like a nominee for Game of the Year?
Nominated for Hello Darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Dishonored 2. That's the weird thing. It's like Dishonored 1 gets like a little like, I feel like Bethesda sort of just pushes that away a lot of like,
because it's like not an Elder Scrolls, not a Fallout.
Exactly. And so Dishonored is in this like really weird in between space of like, is there any real hype around this besides Ricky? I'm gonna say no.
Not that I'm seeing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no for Dishonored 2. All right, so
Need so much computing power just for this little thing right here.
All right, so we've got 4 more. Don't know if these games are actually going to come out this year. One of them hasn't even been officially announced. It has, apparently. I'm not too sure. But anyway, Horizon Zero Dawn. If it comes out, I think it's definitely a contender for Game of the Year.
I definitely see that as a contender if it comes out.
If it comes out.
But it's rumored it's delayed.
Yeah.
All but confirmed.
Yeah.
No one knows for sure.
It's Sony. They'll fuck us in the last couple months. Because here's the thing. I do think Horizon Zero Dawn is going to be delayed because they have another game apparently coming out for the fall that we played, Neo. Do you think Neo could be a contender for Game of the Year?
I loved Neo while I played it.
Yeah.
Thought it was great.
Do you think it could stand out enough for people to put it for a nominee at least?
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I just know I really enjoyed it. And I'm going to buy it when it comes out, and it's going to be one of my contenders.
So, 2 more. Titanfall 2.
No.
No? Okay. It's going to have a story this time, though.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs 2.
No.
I have faith in Watch Dogs 2.
Because of Assassin's Creed 2.
Exactly. They usually know, they usually can nail it the second time around. So I'm going to say maybe for Watch Dogs 2. And
like how no one cared about the first Far Cry, but then Far Cry 2, everyone liked it, and Far Cry 3, everyone loved it.
Exactly. So here we go. Here are our definite yeses. These are going to be Game of the Year contenders at the end of 2016. We got Quantum Break. I'm going to say yes. Dark Souls 3. Uncharted 4.
Which is going to win.
No Man's Sky. Persona 5. Horizon Zero Dawn if it comes out. Maybe Mafia 3. Maybe Final Fantasy 15. Maybe Gears 4. Maybe Neo. We'll see. I honestly, even after looking at Horizon Zero Dawn, maybe Horizon Zero Dawn takes the cake if it does come out this year. But I really think Uncharted 4 is really just going to sweep the board this year. So,
God, Nintendo has no stake in this year.
No, they don't. They have no games coming out. No games of any substance or anything.
I'm going to check my list of games to see if there's any that came out this year, because
there aren't. No. Unless you count Super Paper Mario Jam. Because you're that
Which
guy.
I own.
For some fucking reason. Anyway, we've gone on long enough with this topic. I'm sorry. We got to wrap up.
Yeah.
But while you look, I'm gonna wrap up the show. I'm gonna do the last sort of rigmarole. Ladies and gentlemen,
Rigamaroni.
This was Talking Shit. If you didn't know, this is BGG's weekly podcast where we bring in random topics of discussion and we talk some shit about those topics. If you like that, head on over to patreon.com/BZG. Give us $1 a month so you can get every full audio version of the episode early before the video portions go up on youtube.com/BazyZonaGamers, topic by topic, Monday through Thursday, and before the entire audio version of the episode goes up for everybody on soundcloud.com/BZGSF. But you can find all of those links and all of that content at bzgamers.com for all of your BZG needs. Will we ever get bzg.com? I'll have to ask Alex. Will we ever be on iTunes?
No.
Technically, yes. We have an RSS feed. And you can use RSS URLs to subscribe to people in podcast services. So if you want to listen to us through iTunes, we have an RSS feed. I try to post the link for every YouTube video. So if you want to be subscribed to us technically on iTunes, you can use that. So there you go. It's the closest I can get us to being on iTunes, okay? What was the one that you were going to say?
Nintendo has one stake in this year.
Sun and Moon?
Yeah.
No. No way.
Gonna win best handheld.
No.
What do you think's gonna win best handheld?
Severed.
Fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much to Henry. Thank you so much for being here this week. We got some. We have at least one special guest coming on next week that I'm really excited about. Possibly 2. It's gonna be fucking crazy.
Possibly 8.
Possibly 10. Who knows?
27.
Make sure if you want to get my Uncharted 4 spoilery thoughts, make sure to check out Irrational Passions spoiler cast, which I am a guest on. Hopefully it's up by the time you're watching this or listening to this. I don't fucking know. Ask Alex O'Neill at Alfighter27 on Twitter. And also, if you want to hang out with us this weekend, go to Kind of Funny Live or go to community events, whatever. We'll be hanging out. We'll be getting swifty, as Rick says from Rick and Morty.
Shit on the floor.
Thank you guys so much for joining us this week. And until next time, keep talking shit. Thank you.